Okay, in this video, we are going to recap Genesis verse 1, Genesis 1 verse 1, and Genesis 1 verse 2. All right. This is your first time to the channel. Thank you for watching. I already did in-depth videos about Genesis 1, 1 and Genesis 1, 2. So in this video, it's going to be different because we are going to recap and visualize what is in Genesis 1, 1 and Genesis 1, 2. All right. So Genesis 1, 1, again, this is the Tyndale version of the Bible. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. One heaven, one earth. Okay. So let's go to our Microsoft Paint. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. We only have we have three entities. We have God, we have heaven, we have earth, and we have the beginning of time, or the beginning of existence. All right. So let's go to Genesis 1, verse 2. It says, the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. Okay, it says the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So, God created heaven, God created earth. In chapter 2, it says the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So, we have water, we have heaven. So, this is water. Now, why did I make the dark blue the earth water color and the light blue the heaven? Because it says the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So was there water in heaven and in earth? Because it says the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So, is it possible? Is it possible that heaven has water and earth has water, but the water on the earth was dark? What does it say? The earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So the Spirit of God, let's make the Spirit of God. What color should we make the Spirit of God? Let's make it green. The Spirit of God moved upon the water. So here's the Spirit of God moving upon the water. Now, some other verses says there are multiple waters. Some other Bible version says God moved on the face of the water. Okay? So, we have the heaven, then we have the Spirit of God moving upon the water or the waters. But the Spirit of God, the Spirit of God moving upon the waters. So God is here somewhere. They say some say that he was moving on the face of the waters, and others say moving upon the water, just the water. So it's possible that God is moving upon the waters, the water on earth only, or the water in heaven, or the water at both. The water. Because there are only two entities, right? Heaven and earth. And he says the earth was void. Okay? So we know that there's water. We know that there's water. After earth was created, there was water. Let's go back to Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. So the earth was void and empty, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So it's possible that God is up here on the heavenly waters and the earthly waters. So it's possible he's here upon the face of the waters, and then also it's here. He's here. The Spirit is on the water, upon the water. Okay? So that's what we have right now. This is how earth looks right now. We have heaven, we have earth, and we have the earth is void and the waters are dark on the earth. Doesn't say the water's dark in heaven. It says the waters are dark on earth. The earth was void and emptied, and darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So, let's go to, let's recap. Let's recap. There's several entities in Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. We have God, we have heaven, we have earth, all in the beginning. Then we have the Spirit of God. Then we have the water. Then we have the deep. And we have darkness. Right? So darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So this is all that we have. We have water, we have God, we have heaven, and we have the Spirit of God. We don't have anything solid just yet. Okay? We just have heaven and earth. God created this in the beginning. All right? So now let's go to the next verse, Genesis 1:3. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So, it was dark. Previous chapter. And darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So you have darkness was upon the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the water. So all of this is dark. darkness was upon the deep. That's why I used the dark blue. Because darkness was upon the deep, and we only have water and earth in heaven. So everything seems to be water, and darkness was upon the deep, so the deep blue sea had to be dark. Now we could probably think that there was no light. Okay, because Genesis 3:1-3 says, "Then God said, let there be light, and there was light." So without light, everything is dark. Right? Without light, everything was dark. Everything was dark. Now, God said, let there be light, and there was light.